All right, so welcome to Roommate Bonding with my roommate Caitlin.
Hi.
And so today we're gonna talk about some pet stories that we have. So Caitlin,
Dog
do you want
stories,
to?
more specifically.
Yeah, tell a story about your goldfish. Like
I
one
do
day.
have one though. I had this one goldfish. It was like a feeder fish that I won in one of those like, school carnival things, and so they're supposed to live like a couple days, maybe a couple weeks. They're feeder fish. You feed them to turtles, I think. Which is pretty. They're cheap, and so they give them to kids as carnival prizes. And the one that I got, it was just like a white shiny fish, and I was like in love with this fish. I named it Pineapple, and I was
Pineapple.
It lived for like 7 or 8 years, but then like everyone in my family, I'm the youngest, were kind of like laughing at me because I was so attached to this stupid goldfish. Like, oh, let's bring it. We had a hot tub at the time. Like, let's just bring Pineapple into the hot tub, and I thought they were being completely serious. I was like, no, you'll kill my fish. I was in love with this fish named Pineapple, and then our fish tank broke, and so my dad, I think he had a friend or something that owned a restaurant, and so he gave it to like the aquarium that they had there. And then that restaurant later closed, and they released the fish into the wild, and they all died of shock.
And
I was like in second, third grade.
Did they tell you that they died?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
think like a few people saw it, so it's not like instantaneous. It just takes a while. But like, if it's an especially cold year and the water is cold, they can die of shock.
So you're walking down the river and you're like, oh, I just let my goldfish into the wild, and then you just see it blobbing down the river. Apparently there was a story about a goldfish that I did not know about. So yeah, let's go into, because Caitlin was telling me this story about her dog, and I thought it was hilarious, and I wanted to share it. So she's going to tell us all about her dog.
So I've basically grown up with miniature schnauzers. I've had 3 in my lifetime. And so one of them, he was a black mini schnauzer. His name was Hurley. And I had a birthday party once, as kids, teenagers usually do. And so we were just hanging out in the backyard, eating pizza. My friends wanted to play hide and seek, but I was like, no, we're just going to sit here in the outside and eat pizza. So one of my friends looked away for a second, and Hurley just like runs up, grabs the pizza, knows he's not supposed to have it, and so instead of eating it, he just like sprints away. It's like a giant slice of pizza. It's like he's a miniature schnauzer. He's maybe like this big. And so
wait,
he's
like
just,
width-wise or like height? Oh, height.
height-wise,
Okay.
he's maybe like this big. I'm bad at space, so maybe not. And so, but like this slice of pizza was probably about the size of his head, and so he's just running around the backyard. We're all trying to chase him to get the pizza back. 'Cause he's just gonna eat an entire slice of pizza. And it was just hilarious because he's this like little dog with this giant slab of pizza hanging out of his mouth, and he's running, and we're all chasing, screaming. I'm like, Hurley, no, stop! I don't remember how that ended. I'm pretty sure we ended up getting the pizza back from him, but I couldn't run because I was laughing too hard.
So you're like, wait, come back!
It's like there were maybe 8 or 9 of us at that point, and my parents were chasing him too. Oh, Hurley.
Oh. So the only time that, like, my dogs have ever been, like, naughty was when, my family and I went camping, and, so my dad has this fishing boat, and so my brother and my dad were going off into the little lake to go fishing, and, they thought it was a great idea to bring my dogs with them, and they're 2 little beagles, they're really cute. Yeah, so these 2 little dogs were in the boat, and my mom and I were watching them, like, float off into the lake. And so we're sitting there, and we're just kind of chilling, and then we see my girl dog go up to the edge of the boat and just, like, look over, and then she just, like, jumped out, and instead of, like, swimming, she just sunk. She just, like, and at that time, they had these, like, really long leashes, and you can just see the, like, rope going into the water, and my brother, like, asked him what he saw, and he was like, yeah, I looked over the edge, and there was just this white dot going deeper and deeper to the lake. Oh, no. And so my mom and I are watching from the shore, and we just see both my dad and my brother, like, jump up and start trying to grab the rope, and then you see my brother just going like this, trying to get my dog, and so they're going like this, and then you just see this white, like, speck jump out of the water and, like, flip, and then my brother, like, grab it and pull it into the boat, and just, like, hold it, and then there was just, like, this silence, and it was just like, all right. Yeah, and the whole rest of the time, none of them jumped out, but...
This is a story about Saki, who's my other mini schnauzer. He's a salt and pepper one. Now he has 3 legs, but at this point he had all 4 of his legs. And so there's this like little beach town in Northern California called Fort Bragg, and I have some relatives have a property up there that's right next to the beach. And so we like to go to the beach. It's kind of like a private, closed-off space. I don't think it's private necessarily, but it's like a smaller chunk of a much larger beach. So it's not very busy because it's not like the main part of the beach. But there's this like little creek that you have to pass in order to actually get to the beach. And it's maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 feet wide, but it's like a foot deep. It's not very deep at all. It's like a creek you have to pass to actually get to the beach. And so my dog Saki, he's kind of a wimp. He is a very, very, very wimpy dog. He's adorable, but he's kind of a wimp. And so we're trying to get him to cross the water, but he doesn't want to because it's cold. Northern California beaches are not sunny. They're not warm. It's like Oregon weather, basically. And so we tried to get him to cross the beach, or across the creek, and so he got like halfway through it, stopped, decided it was too cold and he didn't like it, so he turned around and went back. He was halfway through. He could have just like kept going the same amount of distance and he would have been with us. So I had to cross the creek, pick him up, carry him over, and put him down. That's also generally what happens when we try to take him for walks. He goes about, he won't go very far, he gets tired, decides he doesn't want to walk anymore, he just sits. And then like you can like tug on his leash, he won't move at all.
Was that when he had only 3 legs?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just imagining a 3-legged dog like going around in a circle.
He's just like, you know what happened through? He stopped, turned around, and just went back. I'm like, Saki, no. So I had to pick him up and carry him over, and he was fine after that. He likes to stay with his humans. But Burley, on the other hand, we tried to take him for walks. He screamed. His bark was very, like, I loved him dearly. He died about a year ago, but his bark was really annoying. It sounded kind of like a toddler screaming. And he barked at every person and every dog.
Yeah, my dogs, they like, their bark was like a bay. If you ever heard like a beagle bark where it's like, so like, and the place where we lived, it was right by like this business area, and my dad would walk the dogs through there, and so you would just hear it echo. And I was at my friend's house who lives up, she lives like in the next neighborhood, but it's up higher. And you could hear my dang dogs barking. And I was like, oh my gosh, somebody.
What did we ever do to deserve them?
Yeah, honestly. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah.
Comment, like, and subscribe, and look for more videos with me and Caitlin talking about some interesting times.
Yes, and I think we're calling it roommate bonding.
Yeah, we're gonna call it
Name is subject to change.
That will be another roommate bonding activity, is deciding what the name will
That
be.
could be one of the videos. Let's just discuss different names and why they would or wouldn't work.
Like, we just start going up here.
Yeah, we could just, like, tape paper on the wall.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
We can use those, like, washable markers.
Alright.
Alright.
It was nice seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Alright.